Hey Canucks fans, the day has finally come. The Sedins will have their jerseys retired at tonight's game. I'm Clay Emo, I'm at Canuck Clay on Twitter, I'm at Clay Emo on Instagram, I'm the founder of the GLCPC, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club, and this is my Canucks take, all in one take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary for Wednesday, February the 12th. And before I talk about the Sedins and all the hoopla and hype that's deservedly going surrounding this game tonight, let's talk about the game itself. The Canucks finally back in the win column after that 6-2 pummeling of the Nashville Predators on Monday night. And thanks for, by the way, for all your nice messages and greetings. Yes, I had a very blessed and amazing experience on Monday night. Not to humble brag, and isn't it funny when people say humble brag? It's never really humble. It's always a brag. But I was able to brag about my experiences on Monday night, including meeting Bo Horvat's father and having him. His name's Tim, recognized me. So Tim, if you're watching this, new best friend, thanks a lot for everything. Thanks for making my night. Meeting Marcus Naslund and many other things, Marie singing the anthems and seeing the Canucks win, most importantly. It was a great night on Monday night. So we'll see if that gets topped tonight. And I'm not expecting it to, but it would be amazing if it did. But the Canucks got back in the win column, a much needed win. As the four teams behind them in the Pacific Division, they kind of do the same thing, win and lose, win, lose. But Edmonton is the one that's surprisingly emerging a bit out of the pack. So Canucks are 1 point up on Edmonton, but Edmonton actually does have one game in hand after Edmonton beat Chicago last night. So it's Vancouver and Edmonton, 1 point apart, and then 2 points below Edmonton, so 3 behind the Canucks, are the other three teams of Calgary, Vegas, and Arizona. Still too early to call, but obviously tonight's game is very important as the Canucks, they have one game more. They played one game more than Edmonton, so they want to obviously stay ahead of them as well. The basic math would dictate that's the way you want to go. So it's Vancouver, it's Chicago. Like I said, Vancouver during this homestand has some winnable games, right? Nashville, Chicago, then Anaheim, then Minnesota. All four teams are below the playoff bar, below the Canucks in the standings, and then we host Boston on the 22nd, which, by the way, that's the day that I thought they're going to do the Sedins retirement, because when you look at the date, February 22nd, it would be 2 and 22, and obviously the 22 homage to Daniel Sedin's number, because there's no months that have 33, if you know what I mean. So I actually thought that was the day it was going to be, but maybe they thought it'd be too ugly to do a Sedin's retirement against Boston. But I thought it lined up nice because it was 2/22 and it was a Saturday night game. But it doesn't matter. It's tonight, and I'm sure no one's complaining about that. And I guess appropriately, if it's not Boston, it's a game against Chicago, their other probably rival, their biggest rival when the Sedins played here, because of those 3 consecutive playoff battles with Chicago. So yeah. Keith will be there, Taves, Kane. It'll be interesting to see. I don't expect them to hand the mic to an opposing player tonight. I don't think that they're going to be out there for the pregame ceremony for an hour and a half. But yeah, it's kind of fitting that they're playing Chicago. But most importantly, from a Canucks standpoint, it's to get another win against a team that they should beat because they are higher than them, above them in the standings. And again, maybe they go with the exact same lineup. That's what I'm guessing. So of course that's Jordy Ben, who scored a goal, in for Fantenberg, who's still hurt. That means it's Bailey and McEwen in for Besser and Schaller, who is a healthy scratch on Monday night. So that's the game itself. I'm going tonight with my season ticket partner Mike. That's the one game that we both said, sorry family, sorry friends, this is the game we're going to. We didn't even think about selling it. Not going to judge people who are selling their tickets. Not going to judge their fandom. You have season tickets. You've earned the right to do whatever you want. And if the market commands or demands a certain price and you can get that for God bless you and good on you. But there's no way that Mike and I were going to miss tonight's game. So it's me and Mike in our seats in section 319. I know that probably going to run into a lot of fans tonight, and I'm looking forward to chatting Canucks with you. Okay, let's talk about the Sedins. On Monday, I shared a few experiences with them. And Monday, I talked about the fact that Sean and I, my son, were able to fist bump the Sedins in the tunnel prior to their final home game. And it's funny, not because I posted that video, but after that, it seems like Sportsnet has been replaying a 1 hour highlight video, or even a condensed 3 to 5 minute recap of their last game. So they're showing footage of the Sedins walking through the tunnel, fist bumping fans, and you see my big head there and Sean there as well at the front of the line. And as I mentioned in my vlog from Monday, I was one of the only adults there, but that's because all the other adults were humble enough to stand back and let their kids go for it. But I made sure there was space for me, like a lot of space for me, but I made sure there was space for me. And so that was cool. And then that night, we know it was a magical night from a standpoint. The Canucks won that game in overtime. They had a power play in overtime, so a 3-on-3 became 4-on-3, and then the winning goal, Horvat won the faceoff, And then you might remember this, he didn't touch the puck for the entire shift after that. He just kind of circled around in the front of the net and tried to distract Oliver Ekman-Larsson. But really, it was Daniel to Henrik to Edler, to Henrik, Daniel, Edler, Henrik, the three of them. And finally, Edler down to Henrik, feeds the puck up to Daniel in the slot, and he scores. So how appropriate that that goal was scored. Daniel from Henrik and Alex Edler, their probably best friend on the team, at the 2:33 mark. 33. That's pretty amazing. And then I know there's some other coincidences that night, like shot totals and stuff like that. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it really was a magical night, and there was no better way to end off the Sedins' career, at least at home, because they still had to play a road game after that in Edmonton. But it was a wonderful send-off, and if you've seen the video that I posted both on Twitter and YouTube, you can hear my son and I basically wailing, and I'm gonna post the video in the comments below, just the shift, our reaction to their final goal. It was pretty cool. So there's that. There's not much I can say about the Sedins on the ice that you guys don't already know, because you've either witnessed it, you've seen highlights, or you've heard other players talk about it. But just the way they knew where each other was at all, the other guy was at all times. One thing that they would do so well about so many things, right? Passing and skating. They weren't the fastest skaters, but they're efficient with their skating. But their passing, their net presence, their vision, all that thing. But they had an uncanny ability also to anticipate, not just because they're brothers, twin brothers, but Daniel or Henrik would often leave the puck somewhere or move the puck forward or laterally, whatever it was, but move the puck knowing that their brother was going to go to that space and be the first player there. And for those of you who like football, you kind of, I kind of analogize it to a quarterback who throws the ball before his receiver makes the cut, whether it's an out or an in or a hook, whatever, it doesn't matter. But when the quarterback and the receiver are on the same page, and the receiver knows he's got to go 10 yards then cut, the quarterback is already throwing the ball before the receiver makes that cut. So as soon as the receiver turns around, the ball's there and the defender has no chance. Same thing with the Sedins. They would anticipate, they would lead, they would put passes, the puck into places that no one was there yet, but then it would be the brother that gets there first, and that's how they would extend their shifts all the time, through cycling the puck and through being one step literally ahead of their defenders. And that's one thing that I really appreciate when you look at all these highlights and recaps, and that's how they had that dominant the shift that they talk about, the Sedins shift. I think it was against Edmonton when they pinned them in for a good 1.5 minutes or so. And other Sedin-like shifts is because they are dominating and they're bringing whoever that line mate is along for the ride, whether it's Burles or Hansen or Samuelson or Verbata, Jason King, Anson Carter, so many guys that played with them. And they've all said the same thing. They're competitive, but they made their lives easy. They just had to skate, get them the puck, then skate to open ice, and then they knew that they would more often than not get set up for a one-timer or a tap-in, the easiest goals that they scored in their life. And Jannik Hansen has been talking about that a lot over the past couple of days, which is kind of cool. Hansen and other guys have also talked about how competitive the Sedins are with each other, whether it's ping pong or running a marathon or the grouse grind or soccer or whatever it is. That one guy would never want to lose to the other guy. Fitness testing, and that's what pushed them. That's what inspired all their teammates, and that's admirable. Also admirable was their contributions in the community, and I know the Canucks are going to recognize that on Sunday. That's going to be the focus of the third game of Sedin Week. But I want to bring it up here. In 2010, they made a $1.5 million donation to BC Children's Hospital as they were looking to build a new hospital. Now, $1.5 million. Obviously, that's a lot. That's more than I'll make combined. And if I live 10 times and add up all my salaries, I don't think I made 1.5 million. I didn't do the math, but pretty sure I would make that over 10 lifetimes. Or maybe I would, actually. I don't know. Actually, now that I think about it, I would over 10 lifetimes, but not in one lifetime. But $1.5 million. And so you always say, well, they're millionaires. What's that? That's a lot of money. 1.5, and they made $6 million a year. So think of giving 25% of 1 year's salary in one donation. That when you put it in that perspective, that's a lot. So we knew that they were so good in the community. They were always the first ones to say yes, and they were leaders that way too. And that's why fans, kids, adults gravitated towards them. Humble, hardworking, classy, patient, generous, all those things. And that's why we always say they're amazing players, but they're even better people. And that's I think the best compliment that you can give. So all these things, the way they played, the way they led, the way they were in the community, the way they made teammates better, the way they made Canucks fans proud, and how tough they were. You know, everyone's talking about that too. Just because they were younger and came in maybe not in the, you know, a little bit pudgy faced or whatever, and because they didn't fight, they didn't retaliate, they were never cheap with their stick for the most part. They never took cheap shots. They just took the beating and kept on going, and that's what made them tough. And every teammate, tough guys have said that. Like guys like BX and Kesler and Bure have said that they're among the toughest players they've ever played with. So all these things, you guys know all this, but I just wanted to be able to share this tonight as I anticipate going into the game. One last thing, I debated about talking about this. Ryan Kesler, I know he's been in the news a lot last couple of days, and there's like this Kesler love-in on his redemption tour. There's other people that say, no, I can't forget the way he ushered his own exit out of Vancouver. I'm kind of in the middle, but I agree with what Rob Fay said on TSN 1040 last night, is we're giving so much attention to it, and I'm doing it right here, so I admit I'm part of the problem. But so I'm gonna make this quick. We're giving so much attention to it, the fact that he wants not to be booed, he wants to be forgiven, all this stuff. Yes, it might be genuine, but I do question the timing, and I think whether it's Kesler's intention or not, which I won't judge, but it is taking away a little bit from the Sedins celebration. We should focus solely tonight on the Sedins. So if anyone asks me, people have asked me, what are you gonna do about Ryan Kesler? I'll clap. I won't be cheering or screaming like I might be other guys, but I'll clap. I'm not gonna boo. And then I'll wait till they introduce the next guy. And that's how I feel about Ryan Kesler. Oh, hey, Canucks fans, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about the Sedins, their play, their toughness, their competitiveness, their generosity in the community, their favorite plays, your memories of their last game, their home game here. Again, I'm gonna link to the video of being there in person in the arena when they scored that final goal in their final home game. What do you think of all that? What do you think what guys are you excited to see tonight, whether you're in the arena or on TV? Are you going to the game tonight? Put that in the comments below. And if you want to talk about Ryan Kesler, if you agree or disagree with me and what your feelings are towards him, you can put that in the video as well. But I'm certainly not going to dedicate an entire video just to him. All right, there we go. I'm excited. I'm sure you're excited. I probably won't check in during the day because I'm going tonight. Tonight's Wednesday night, so it's usually I'm at church, so I had to ask for permission, or basically tell my pastor that I wouldn't be there tonight. So I am going to go to the church, set things up, and then I'm going to head back downtown for the game tonight. So if you're there, make sure you say hello. Doors open at 4:30. They tell us to be in our seats by 6. We'll see if that's more like 6:15, 6:30, but we'll see. But they tell us to be in our seats by 6, and I can't wait to be there tonight with my buddy Mike. So enjoy the day. Leave a comment below. I love to read, react, and reply as always. Subscribe if you like to. Like this video if you like to. Enjoy the day. Enjoy the game. God bless you. God bless the Sedins. Go Canucks go.